Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading of today. I'm carrying on with the Surrealist Tarot because we have another rather strange story that broke today. It's been hovering around, and the story is of course the Jimmy Fallon interview. Meghan Markle, The Tonight Show. It was rumoured months ago that Meghan was due. She was scheduled to appear on the Jimmy Fallon show, but then of course that was held back. It was delayed, the interview, out of respect for the Queen, because of the passing of the late Queen Elizabeth. And we didn't hear any more about that for a while. And then suddenly, yes, she's going to be appearing on The Tonight Show. She's going to be interviewed. Omid was all rah-rah. And then suddenly, nope, that was posted on the NBC website in error. And Omid then scurried along and said somebody at NBC dropped the ball, making out as if it was all NBC's fault. So we're going to do a quick 5-card reading with the Surrealist Tarot, because this is a rather startling story that NBC can possibly not know what guests they have lined up to appear. And yeah, let's remind you right now that this is a tarot reading for entertainment purposes, or just my opinion, or speculation, or gossip. There is a disclaimer in the box below, and please read it. So, Surrealist Tarot 5-card reading. We're going to ask how Meghan feels about how that she would like to be interviewed on The Tonight Show. How Jimmy Fallon feels about interviewing Meghan Markle, having her on the show. Then we're going to say, was she ever really invited? Tell us what's really going on. Was this wishful thinking? We know she does like to manifest. She is the master of magical wishful thinking, whatever you want to call it. And so was this one of the instances of her manifesting something by just announcing it? And then how embarrassed or whatever is she now that it's been a big no? Of course, the interview was, according to the posting in error, was going to be on the 7th of December, and that is literally the night before the Harry and Meghan docuseries drops on Netflix. So it was all a promo for that docuseries, but suddenly, nope, not happening. Something weird going on. We do have a date for the docuseries now. We still don't have a title. We still don't have a trailer. We still don't know anything about it. Maybe that's all a big surprise for us. Lucky us. Underlying energy, the 4 of Wands. That's the happy home, the celebration. Being part of the family, almost. Look at me, I've arrived. I'm a big deal. I'm a huge celebrity. I'm on The Tonight Show. It's that energy that the 4 of Wands has here. Celebration, definitely. Celebrating the docuseries dropping, and she's on her victory parade, basically, but didn't quite happen, did it? So that's interesting. But that's the idea. That's the energy. So let's look at the heart of this reading and see what universe wants to tell us. So the sort of symbol for what's going on, and we get a very, very interesting card, the Ace of Wands in reverse. Ace of Wands is all PR. It is a new strategy. Follow me, look at me, my brilliant new idea, my brilliant new creative path that I'm on, all brand new PR, all brand new strategy. I'm going to light up the world with my brilliant ideas, but it's in the reverse. So it's all fallen flat. This PR campaign, whipping up enthusiasm for the docuseries, no, not happening. Ace of Wands in reverse, stopped in her tracks. Don't get it. You don't get the PR. You don't get the big fanfare. You don't get the attention. You don't get any of that. It got stopped. It got stopped very abruptly as well, interestingly. This Ace of Wands just shut right down. So let's see how she felt about being on The Tonight Show. How was it for her? Three of Wands, yeah, she wanted this. Wanted to spread her message, get her message out there. She's been waiting for this. And she has been waiting for it. She's been waiting. It might have been planned. We'll see if it was ever a real thing or it was just a figment of her imagination. But this is a life goal. She's been waiting for this for a long time, hoping for this. And this was a moment when the ships were going to come in and it was all going to be the power and the glory. The Three of Wands, the Four of Wands follows on from that. She's been waiting for this chance to celebrate herself, not anyone else, herself. I have to stop and just actually be amazed at the level of ego in the energy that's coming off these cards. Oh dear. Deep breath. Carry on. How did Jimmy Fallon feel about interviewing Meghan Markle? Three of Swords. He would rather, I think, stab himself in the eyes than have to do it. Sorry about that gruesome image. But yeah, Three of Swords. Brutal energy. I would rather die than do it over my dead body. Never. There's a level of treachery in here that's interesting about the Three of Swords. It's not just a tower or a death or the Ten of Swords or anything like that. There's an idea in here that at some level there's some sneakiness, there's some treachery, there's some stabbing. Somebody has done someone an injury somewhere along the line. I don't know if she has done him an injury somewhere along the line in the past. Possible with her, well, she was talking today about slut shaming, wasn't she, on her podcast? So let's just leave it there for you to fill in the gaps. But yeah, this is painful. This is torment. This is torture. This is no. I would have to walk away. I'd have to quit the job. I'd have to go and be a Buddhist monk somewhere or something, rather than interview Meghan Markle. Interesting. Was this a real thing, or was this just her imagination and Scobie trying to make fetch happen? How real was this? How genuine was this? Just a big sham? We get the Hierophant in reverse. I don't think this was real. And I'm sorry, I had to have a little cough break there. Suddenly, as I was holding the Hierophant, I had a need to cough. And interestingly, Taurus card, the Hierophant, and Taurus and the throat. But anyway, the Hierophant is a royal family, just among other things. And the Queen, the late Queen. Of course, she was the archetypal Hierophant, and I'm using the word archetypal pretty correctly, I think, there. Had to do possibly with it. Perhaps it was lined up. This is how I'm reading the card. Let's explain. Perhaps this was a real thing a few months ago. It was in negotiation. It was being discussed. But then the Queen passed away and many things changed in that moment. And possibly many things changed over here as well, realizing how unpopular she was and that she picked the wrong side of history. Well, he would be picking the wrong side of history if he interviewed her, rather interview William, possibly some other time, like December. I'm just speculating. But many things coming off this card, and that's one of the main threads, that possibly this was something being discussed, but then the Queen died and that was it. No. We don't want you. Everything has changed because of what has happened. But it is also the card of rules and commitment and going, hierarchy and doing the right thing. And it's in reverse, which tells me that perhaps they hadn't gone through the right channels. They hadn't played by the rules. They had not got firm commitments from anyone. The two can happen at the same time, the two interpretations of this Hierophant card, that they hadn't locked it down, they hadn't got commitment from anyone. It was still in the chatter phase, and perhaps they were trying to influence, and perhaps they were trying to slide their way into the thing, and they got stopped. They got stopped very forcefully there. The Ace of Wands. When I say they, I mean Meghan and her PR team and Omid. So that's very interesting that it all just stopped. Whatever chatter was around, whatever machinations were underway, stopped dead. dead. Outcome for her. How does she feel now? And yeah, she's upset about this. Two of Pentacles in reverse. Two of Pentacles is a choice card about where you spend your energy and your money and your time and your resources. You prioritize. You balance things. You get. You have your resources, limited resources, and you're frugal with them, and you make sure that you spend your money wisely, and you do clever things to make it grow. You make decisions that keep things balanced, keep those balls in the air juggling. It's normally a juggling card, a balancing card. It's that kind of energy in the card, to keep those balls in the air, and it's dropped them now that the card is in reverse. She tried very hard, but she possibly put effort into the wrong thing here with the Hierophant in reverse. She picked the wrong side. That's Two of Pentacles in the reverse. They're prioritizing the wrong thing, picking the wrong side, things going out of kilter because of that, going out of alignment, out of whack, dropping everything. Not able, you get overwhelmed and you're not able to keep juggling all those things, and they all come crashing down. It has all come crashing down. It's not calamitous. I think it's cost her a bit of money. It's cost her a bit of time and effort. The prioritizing the wrong thing is picking the wrong team in the royal family. Picking the Yorks instead of actually honouring the reigning monarch, both the late monarch and the current new monarch, that kind of thing. Picking the wrong team, picking the wrong side, using the wrong people to influence and try and persuade and try and buy things, try and organise things. It's come back to bite her. It's not catastrophic, it's not calamitous, but it's a failure. It's a failure, and she's going to feel not bruised by it, but she's going to feel a little bit worn out by it, by the failure. Like, okay, now what? Now how do I regroup? How do I collect myself and stand up again? Because this really was something that she was hoping for, something she was waiting for, something she was counting on, and it very unexpectedly went south. I think she thought she had it stitched up, but she didn't have it stitched up, and it got stopped. Very, as I keep saying with that card, forcibly. You can see how this is being sort of prized open when the card is upright, and when it's in the reverse, it gets slammed shut. Boom, and that's the end of that. And woe betide anyone who was in between those two giant rocks when they slam closed. Omitskobi, anyone? That is your reading, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow.